Okay, and we are live.
Let's
Good
go.
morning, good afternoon, good evening, good day. Just depends on where you are and when you're watching this broadcast. My name is Clara Lyons-DeVaughn. I am the broker owner of Lyonsview Realty. We provide residential, commercial for small businesses and nonprofits, and property management services. And here at Financial Fridays, we are committed to providing you with resources, information, and tips to assist you in making the best decisions to maximize your physical, intellectual, and financial wealth building power now and in the future. So please share this broadcast now so that others may receive today's information. Also, like and subscribe on YouTube to get access to other broadcasts with great information as well. And today I'm really excited to introduce our guest who will share how to protect your investments with title
Yes.
insurance. So excited about that. So today's guest is Quandell Iglesia. He's an account executive at Spire Abstract, where he focuses on business development and strategic relationships within the title and settlement industry. Mr. Iglesia partners with investors, real estate agents, lenders, and attorneys to expand referral networks and support efficient, well coordinated closings across New Jersey and in Pennsylvania. He's been recognized in South Jersey Magazine, South Jersey Business, and KYW Newsradio for his professional and community impact. These honors reflect his dedication to leadership and to service. Quandell's goal is to add value, strengthen partnerships, and contribute to closing a closing experience that is smooth, reliable, and professional from start to finish. So I want to welcome today's guest, Quandell Iglesia.
Thank
Hey,
you so much for having me. I appreciate you. Of
yeah, I am so glad
Yes.
that you could join us this morning. Title is
Course.
always a really, really important topic. And
Yes. Yes.
with your extensive background in real estate sales and development and
Yes.
investing, as well as in title, tell our audience a little bit more about your background and how you got
Yes.
started in the title
Yeah.
industry.
It's so funny. I think we actually met at a realtor conference
Yes.
maybe like 3 years ago, four
Yeah.
years ago, and I just
Yeah.
kind of stayed connected ever since. So,
In-
um,
Indeed.
s- yeah. So started off in residential real estate.
Hmm.
That was my focus day to day, and I
Hmm.
actually got recruited to a title company, and it just was like the rest was history. I mean, I really look at it from the perspective I'm able to now utilize the relationships I already have with realtors and lenders and attorneys, and then now be able to bring them into the title space, which is absolutely amazing. So, yeah.
That
And then
is
just volunteering wise, I'm on my local school board to be able to serve there. This is actually my second term
well,
that I'm in now as well
congratulations.
in my hometown. So it's a blessing. It's just a way to be able to give back to the
That
community.
that is awesome. That is really awesome. I didn't know that you were on the school board. That's amazing.
Yes, yes,
That's pretty
yes,
cool. So why is title important insurance
yeah.
so important for
Yeah,
folks?
I
Mm.
like to think like there's some folks that when they purchase a home, they really don't even know what title insurance is.
Yeah, they do.
And it's interesting because I like the best way I can explain it is, we look at insuring our car or our house for a fire or whatever the
Mhm.
case may be, and that protects what could come,
Right.
right? Title protects the property's history and what happened to prior to you getting the property,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And some examples like people, kind of like, wait, okay, that makes sense. For
Mhm.
example, like unknown liens and recording errors and clerical mistakes and forged signatures that could be there,
Mhm.
missing heirs. Someone passes and you have a relative that's in a different state and they're
Mhm.
saying, no, I own the property. It
Right.
comes up, right?
Right.
Ownership disputes. So I mean, these are all different things that can come into play.
That is very true. And so
Yes.
you're correct. A lot of people in the real estate transaction have no idea about title insurance. And, as real
Yes.
estate professionals, we're kind of guiding them through that process. But
Correct.
talk a little bit, like once we
Hmm.
hand over, let's say a person, just so our people who are listening understand,
Yes.
you go out, you find a property with your real estate professional, you get
Yes.
under contract, and now,
Yes.
quote unquote, technically, the transaction process starts, and we hand that file over to your title agent. Um,
Correct.
and then from that point, once we give you a file, what happens to it?
Yes. So you're gonna get an email from me, just saying congrats for getting under contract.
Yay.
The first thing that you normally see from a title company is something called an earnest money deposit, and that's your good faith to normally the seller that you're purchasing the property, and we hold that money in escrow and keep it safe for you until closing. 9 times out of 10, that money gets utilized towards your down payment closing costs. For example, we just had a VA close, and their down payment closing costs were actually covered through the grant, and then also VA taking care of the down payment. But then in the same breath, that money will get refunded to you in that case scenario. So, and then for example, from there, it goes to one of our processors on the back end, and they're contacting the municipalities. They're contacting the mortgage company from the seller's perspective. They're really doing a deep dive on literally everything to make sure that you get something that's called free and clear title.
Mm.
So, yes.
Is there something that is different between seller side title and buyer side title?
Yeah. So the sell side, we're ultimately just looking at, for example, we're looking at their mortgage payoffs. For example, I saw, so for example, like I operate on the account executive side, so I'm not the one in the file. We have a team of like 35, 40 on the back end in the file, but I have a surface level view and kind of know ultimately what they're doing. They're pretty much on the sell side. They're looking at that unpaid mortgage, if there's a mortgage on the property. If that seller didn't pay taxes, it's gonna come up. If there's unpaid child support, that stuff's gonna come up. So those are things that folks are like, why are they in my business? Why do they need to know that? What's going on? Um, it's recorded, it's known, and that's something when somebody looks you up, they're able to kind of find that information. And then once again on the buy side, if we're doing both sides, we're ultimately clearing the title on the sell side to make sure it's good, and we're also clearing things on the buy side. Still, same thing goes on the buy side as well. We're looking at everything. So,
Yeah.
through public records and working with the townships and municipalities and all the different things. So, and I like to say, like, people think it's like I guess considered as a misconception with buyers, just think it's just like another cost. But in reality, it's ultimately protects your ownership rights long after closing. So this stays with you. There's not a reoccurring monthly payment or anything like that. This stays with you for the duration of you having the property. And then in addition to that, I look at it too to where there's folks, if you're getting a mortgage, it's required for you to have title insurance. You can't get around it, right? For folks that want to buy a property cash, you don't have to, but I highly recommend you do, because you really don't know what you're getting yourself into.
Right. So in the future, let's say if something pops up, um, what is the title insurance protecting against in the
Yeah,
future? Yeah.
yeah. So I mean, common things that I've seen, just kind of hearing, coming to the office and working and things like that. For example, there's things with property lines sometimes, on the survey end, something being built on the property and it's really yours. So we're able to kind of dispute that and give the clarity on that perspective. If there's like, for example, I've seen in the past as well, if there's like an unpaid water bill, that comes up, especially in the city of Philadelphia. Geez, it's like,
Mm,
yeah.
yeah.
So you see that all the time. So I mean, there's
Mhm.
so many different nuances and so many different perspectives. It's really not like one size fits all on the title end.
That's
It
so
could
true.
it could be a variety of so many different things. And
Mhm.
for example, what may apply to one person may not necessarily apply to the other, right? So,
Mhm.
yeah.
That is so true. I remember a situation I had. a seller, and the
Mm-hmm.
seller was an investor and picked up a property, did not get title insurance at the time
Okay.
they procured the property, then got ready to sell it. So since the time they purchased the property and they got ready to sell it, one, they got married. Two, the
Okay.
person that they purchased the property for was deceased. They weren't
Oh,
around.
wow.
Yeah. And so there was an outstanding child support on not the current owner, but the previous owner.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we were still able to close, but funds still had to be
Held,
held in escrow. Yeah, until that issue got
resolved.
resolved. Right. Until
Yeah.
because it had to go through a lot more, the courts and all these other
Mm-hmm.
things that were going to take time.
Mm-hmm.
So, but the importance of the insurance for the person who was purchasing it is now when they get ready, to
They're on
sell
the
the
hook.
property, right? That is not outstanding and sitting out there. So there can be a lot of things sitting in the background, especially
Mm-hmm.
with child support. And the key thing I think for a lot of people in general to know is tax liens do not go away.
Can't get rid of it.
No, if you owe the IRS money,
Yes.
whatever
Yes.
they can attach, they will attach, and your property or physical property is one of the number one first thing that
Yeah.
they will attach, and it will show up in the transaction.
Yeah.
That was another deal I had. They had almost $20,000 in IRS.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Now,
It was.
granted, if you have a payment arrangement, that's fine
Okay.
because you have the payment arrangement, right? But if
Right.
you don't have that payment arrangement in place, they want the full thing, right? So you 9 times out of 10, somebody doesn't want to pay the entire balance up, at closing, right? Because you lose all your profits. But if you have a payment arrangement in place,
Yeah.
that is okay,
Yeah. And the other thing I wanted to get clarification on, and
Yes.
it might be location specific, is the
Okay.
survey. Because
Yes.
sometimes the lender might require the survey, sometimes they don't require the survey.
Yes.
So how does that work in the process?
Yeah, so ultimately, just let us know. I mean, on the title end, it's not necessarily a requirement to get a survey. If the lender requires it, so be it. But on the title end, it's not necessarily a requirement. And ultimately, it would just be, an additional fee. Title insurance is state regulated, so it's not that we can charge all these different. It's literally state regulated, so it's not something that we really have control over with the insurance premium and things of that nature. I do know other title companies will charge you for, say, for example, say you're not closing in one of their offices, they'll charge you and things like that. We personally don't do that. And I personally have 5 offices between 3 in New Jersey and then 2 in Philadelphia. So I have Washington Township, Marlton, and also Haddonfield. And then I have South Philly and Fishtown.
Okay, awesome. So you have
And then
different
we do have
locations
closers that go,
from place
literally
to place.
everywhere. I have clients in the main line. We have clients in the Poconos. I mean, it really doesn't.
It doesn't matter.
We're all in. If there's a deal and there's an opportunity, we're gonna get it done and see to get it done. And also, like I said, in real estate transactions, things do come up, right? But I believe you have your real estate professional, you have your mortgage lender, you have your title company that really do rally together to work towards getting that deal to the closing. At the end of the day, I genuinely believe that buyer and that seller, they want to get to closing. I mean, most want to get to closing. There's some here and there that we come across that don't really want to get to closing, but most want to get to closing. And like I said, we really, really pride ourselves and work hard in making sure that if there's anything that could potentially be an issue, you let us know, right? You communicate that with us so we can get working ahead of time, right? There's times it's like, what do they say? Don't lie to the mortgage rep because the mortgage rep is gonna see it, right?
Yeah.
Don't lie to the title company either because we're gonna find out one way or another.
Yes.
So,
Yes.
yes. Like I said, we're on your team at the end of the day. Ultimately, we're cleaning up everything.
Indeed.
Yes.
So if you've been divorced, come clean. If you've been married before, come clean.
There you go. That part. Yep. There you go.
You don't want to walk in, and it does require identification. Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct.
because we want to make
Correct. Two
sure
forms
that
of ID.
hmm
Yep.
the person who's saying they are who they say they are. Yeah,
Correct.
which is
Correct.
very very important. So you mentioned you were account executive. What's your
Yes.
yeah what's
Yeah,
that
my day to
role?
day function truly
Mhm.
is going out. So I'm meeting with broker owners like yourself. I'm meeting with agents. I'm going out and going to a different events, networking events, and networking that way. So ultimately, my job is to drum up the business for the company.
Mhm. Gotcha.
So I'm going out literally day to day. Beyond the podcast on a Tuesday morning.
Yeah.
We got, which I love. We
Mhm.
got different appointments today. For example, in the city of Philadelphia. I've
Mhm.
actually had two appointments, two engagements there, and then from there, I'm going back to South Jersey. I've traveled, of course, to Central Jersey, meeting with folks. So I'm
Mhm.
going out on the field, doing that coffee, doing that lunch,
Mhm.
sponsoring the event, to be able to help support that agent, get behind that realtor, that lender, attorney, and things like that to help them grow and scale their business. So that's ultimately my wheelhouse. I feel like I genuinely am like that troubleshooter.
Yeah.
9 times out of 10 in the real estate industry, it's all about that mental toughness to be able to push through. And
Mhm.
there's sometimes some agents that are like, "Look, I'm working so hard, I'm bringing in deals, I feel stressed out. What can I do? Do you have a transaction coordinator?" Right?
Mhm.
So they're like, "No, I don't." I'm like, "Maybe that will help you," right? So just
Mhm.
trying to help the agent be more successful in their business. I mean, that's truly my heart at the end of the day,
Awesome.
and getting behind them and helping them grow and scale their business. And like I said, you
Awesome.
don't know what you don't know, right?
That that
Um,
part.
I could sit here. I've technically been in the business now for about 6 years, right?
Okay.
I love
Um,
sitting with folks that have more experience than me because I'm always learning as well. And then I'm able to now take that information, take that knowledge, and now go empower and help someone else.
Indeed, indeed.
Yes.
So, are there like instances outside of a specific real estate transaction that someone
Mhm.
would need title services or would use the services of a title company?
Yes, so I'd say the biggest thing I'm seeing, for example, are D transfers, and things
Mhm.
in that nature. Now, 9 times out of 10, we work with an attorney, and that attorney kind of works with us.
Mhm.
So we recommend an attorney for different D transfers and things like that, just
Mhm.
legal paperwork. But
Mhm.
like I said, that attorney then works with us. Normally uses one of our closers to kind of do the closing and things in that nature as well. And then,
Gotcha.
for example, I have investors that before they purchase something, they
Mhm.
want to know, like, hey, is there anything that you guys can look up? Is there anything that you guys can, find regarding this property? Hey, look, I've seen this property's been sitting for, you know, X amount of years.
Mhm.
What's going on with it? Do you have any updates or information on it? So we're able to do a title search prior to you even purchasing the property. Um,
Mhm.
a title search is not necessarily insuring the property, but it's getting information on it.
Mhm.
So, for example, it's just, like I said, basic standard fees across the board.
Mhm.
Some folks, kind of have, for example, they want to know, hey, look, we just want to look through the current owner, and that's only $90. But then you have, like, if someone wants a full 60-year search, that's
Mhm.
350, and that's like standard across the
Gotcha.
board.
Gotcha.
And
Yeah.
but like I see that all the time. Or for example, if someone got in a divorce
Mhm.
and they're trying to figure out, I had an agent reach out to me saying, hey, I have this couple. Is the wife showing up on title?
Mm.
Right?
Mhm.
Um, Sometimes it doesn't, right? Because the husband purchased way before. But if
Yeah.
they're legally married in the state of New Jersey, they have to sign off as well legally, right? So it's just like I said, it's just once again, every single case scenario is different.
Yeah.
But like I said, we work towards closing. We work towards solutions. I'm really big on the back end with the team. Like, look, okay, yes, we recognize the problem. We all see it, right? But what's the solution? And to me, the solutions matter more than anything because it's like we can, like I said, we as professionals, in the real estate space, investors, title, we get paid
Mhm.
to provide
Create
solutions,
solutions. That's so true. That is
right? And
so
if we're not doing that, and if we're not, doing the best for our clients that we have before us, then we're not doing our job. So
indeed.
it's important that we do our best and make sure across the board, as an industry, working towards, those very things.
Yeah. So this is a scenario specific, but in a
Yes.
scenario where husband and wife,
Hmm.
husband passes, now the
Yes.
wife is selling the property, but
Yes.
both husband and wife's name is still on the public record or
Yes.
on the deed. So what happens
Yes.
in that instance?
So ultimately, they would have to really just show that death certificate,
Hmm.
and then who is the executor of the estate. So
Hmm.
another thing. So I'm looking at it from the perspective too, just overall knowing what to do, making sure that you have a will. If you have a home,
Yes.
have a will, please. So your family isn't trying to figure out where's this document, where's that document. Oh, there's life insurance here too. Fine, have a will in place. So at glance, your family's able to open up that doc, see your wishes, see where you want things to go. No one's arguing over things. Like that in itself is huge, 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 huge. To make sure that you actually have a will. Because I see it time and time again. You have siblings that are arguing over property, or siblings that, oh, this is mine or this is mine. No, have that will in place so you eliminate all that.
Mhm.
It's already hard enough to not have someone living in here.
Yeah.
I remember, on a personal note, when my stepfather passed
Hmm.
about 2 years ago, and it was really hard, but it was easier because all of the preparation, like we sat with him when he, decided his wishes, and we were able to move forward as a family together because, all right, no, he wanted this. So I don't care how you feel. He wanted, you know what I mean? So it's like those things really, really do matter.
Indeed, indeed. And I have actually several videos on get your docs in order.
Right,
And
right.
it doesn't really matter. Well, it does matter, but
Yeah,
it's also important because people think, oh, I don't need to do it. One, you don't know when you're going to check out. That's one.
right,
But two,
right.
there's also that area of incapacitation. You can still be here, but be incapacitated.
Yeah, very
And those
true.
docs are really important in those instances as well. So
Right.
if you are over the age of 18, you don't even have to own property. But if you
Mm-hmm.
are over the age
Yes.
of 18, you need to have, at least three of the five documents. And again, there's another broadcast about that. You can go to,
I gotta go check it out.
yeah, I'll actually send you the link. It's
Right.
it's a
Right.
great broadcast, but it's really important to have those documents 18 and up that
Right.
say what your wishes are in the event that you become incapacitated, or God forbid you transition. So that
Right.
people, like Quandell said, know what your wishes are in those instances. So this has been really, 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 really great.
Yes.
Um,
Yes.
is there any other information that you'd like to share about what you do or why
Yeah.
title insurance is important before we wrap?
Yeah. No, I just say, just to end on, our goal, once again, is to be able to prevent things and provide solutions, right?
Mm.
And the goal is to find it and fix it before closing, right?
Um,
So that 30-day, sometimes shorter, 45-day window, I mean, we're working around the clock to make sure that you have that property that's free and clear. So, and like I said, we have a team of 30, 35, 40 on the back end. Collectively, even the owners, that's a collective of 50 years of experience just in itself. So if there's not something that, and then also have relationships with the underwriters and things like that as well. So you have a wealth of knowledge. You're not just getting me, you're getting a team behind me. So,
indeed.
knowledge is everything, and you just don't know what you don't know. And we're here to support you with that. So,
Yeah. So title insurance is the best protection against,
yes,
you know, ag- against, claim on title of that asset. So it ensures that
Correct.
you in fact own the property once that title
Correct.
insurance is clear. And if anything comes up, you are insured to
Yes.
take care of anything that did not get caught, which is very, very unlikely, but could
It
potentially happen.
happens.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
could potentially happen. So it's
Right.
very important to have Quandell and his team are available to you. And how do people contact you?
Yes.
If they
Yes.
want
So
to.
my cell is below. It's the 856-562-7833. And then you can search my name on any social media platform. And I should come up first. I don't know
Yes,
many
yes.
of me.
You're doing
So,
a lot of great things in title and
oh,
also in other areas. So I'm
thank
sure
you
your
so
name will
much.
definitely come up and it'll all be positive. Yes.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. So I want to thank everyone who has listened in today. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I am sure you have
Yes.
received something of value today. And just wanted to remind you here at Lyonsview Realty, we assist buyers, sellers, and investors build wealth in real estate, and real estate professionals build careers in real estate. There it is.
Awesome.
We have ESP, expertise, solutions, and patience, solutions, that key one, before, during, and after the sale. So we assist the
Patience is
sellers,
important
buyers, and
too.
investors. Patience. Oh my God. We have
Patience.
lots and lots
Yeah.
of patience. Both Quandell and I. Lots and lots of
Yes.
patience before, during, and after the sale to make sure that you get everything that you need in the transaction. And there's something else which I call a Lions View lifestyle. And I said, Clara, what is a
Mm,
Lions View lifestyle? That's when you actualize your dreams into reality. It's the possibility of what is available when your life is in order, when your finances are in order, when your health is in order, when your spiritual mindset
so
is
good.
in order.
Listen good.
So thank you. So we really, really want to just encourage you. My name is Clara Lyons-DeVaughn. Financial Fridays streams live on Fridays, 9:30 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you can catch us live, or if you miss it, go to YouTube, catch the replay anytime. Watch it as many times as you like. Share it with other people. Really, really,
Yes.
really valuable information that's going to assist you as you move forward in the future. But until then, keep living your best, your very, very best life. Thanks, Quandell. I appreciate you.
Yes. True
Yes,
pleasure. Thank
thank
you.
you for joining
Thanks so much.
today.
I appreciate it.
Okay, let's see.